Hello, hello, hello. What is up, everybody? This is episode, I don't even know the episode, season 3, a show enough divided. This is our week 12 recap. Lots, not so much to recap, but more to look forward to because some teams were on a bye week this week. So we'll run the intro and then we'll bring everybody in because it's been a big week. Alrighty, everyone. So we'll bring in first. She was the only one of us who actually played this week, albeit very, very close game against the worst team in the league. So I'm not too sure how she's feeling, but everyone give it up for Tisha.
Hello. What an intro. I super appreciate that. Thank you.
And then he is the man, the myth, the legend. He looks like he celebrated a little bit more college football this week than he got to watch his Jags play this week. Brian.
Yes, I did.
How's everyone doing?
Doing good. Thank you.
Yeah, we're doing all right. Tisha, you survived that. You survived that nail biter against the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, that was a scream at the TV. Oh gosh, I'm like, seriously? Oh, yeah. I mean, I made it through. You know, I don't know if you've seen the clip of it's all over the internet, but Patrick Mahomes in the golf cart where he's like, "I'm gonna make it good TV." He's like, I never.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, oh, stop.
You know, that's like the annoying thing about them is that like, when Patrick Mahomes runs for that 33 yards, you're like, man, you guys should have lost this game. But then it just comes down to that last play at the end where that he makes, and that's why they win games, and that's what's so frustrating about them to watch as a team. Brian, how's your week?
You know, I mean, it was nice to not have to sit and watch us lose, for once, and then to watch my Sooners take care of business handily against Alabama. It was nice.
Speaking of handling business and celebrating a win, do you want to Tisha? Do you want to see what Brian was up to Saturday afternoon?
Let's see it.
Let's go.
Yep.
So Brian, set the scene for us, Brian.
Yeah, no, it was quite an experience. Not very often does the University of Oklahoma fans get to rush the field because we've been so good the last 20 years, the last couple of decades. You know, when you're really good and you're ranked, you just don't rush the field. You know, a lot of people, you know, even our own fans are saying, "Don't rush the field. It's beneath us." You know, it's beneath us, and it's like it's not even about that. You know, this moment was about how many trials and tribulations that not only the team but the fans, everybody had been through all season. The losses we've taken, it's been a real rough season, and so to see this, or to see them go out there and dominate the way they did, you could tell because all the players were out there, and you know we saw many of them. There's many clips of the players. I mean, they needed this, And that storming the field was for them, for the team, to show that the fans still got support behind them, you know. And so it was a big deal. And even more so for me, if I was alone, I don't know if I'd have rushed the field, but 24 years ago was the last time that we rushed in 2000. And I got to rush the field with my dad that year when we beat Nebraska. And yeah, so to have my son, who was in the white hoodie that was filming that whole thing, for me to get to storm the field with him was pretty awesome. So it was a really cool moment. He says it's the happiest he's ever been in his life. So
That's what it's all about, man.
He still got a long life to live. So, but to this moment, that's his favorite moment. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. We stayed out there on that field for quite a while after rushing, just getting pictures with players and whatnot. So,
nice.
Yep.
So that was kind of it's nice to kind of you, like you said, you did it with your dad and to kind of pass that kind of memory along.
Yep. And Herb and Raj actually made the trip down to Norman for that first time they'd ever been in Norman. I don't know if they're watching right now, but I appreciated them, coming down. Sorry the outcome wasn't what they expected.
Wow.
Let me finish my thought, and then we can say
Oh
what's
my
up.
gosh.
But Herb and Raj came down to Norman. They were sitting up really high. They took it all in, and they stayed. More props to them. They stayed the entire game, regardless of the score. They were sitting up high, and they got videos of the storming. They watched the whole thing unfold, and I got with them, drove them back, after the game was over, so got their thoughts and everything. And what I got out of it basically was that they're never coming back to Norman. So but they loved it. They loved their experience. They loved the people here. So they got free beers on the way home and a hug. So from random people. But what up, Willie?
Superstar.
Yo, what's going on, family?
What's up?
I bet y'all didn't think you would see me tonight, did you?
I did not. We
were
not.
hoping. We saw you last week for a split second, so I was hopeful you'd be back today.
Yeah. I'm I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see if I can move some stuff around.
Oh yeah, look at him.
Yeah,
look at him.
So therapy twice a week. Today he put me through the ringer. What I figured out though, guys, is that I have a long way to go. I got a long way to go.
You know that. Just accept that. Yep.
I got a long way to go. So it's really good to see y'all. Y'all have been doing a tremendous job in my absence. But I felt like the time was coming near, especially with the Chiefs almost losing on Sunday. And
almost.
With the Bills and the Jags both having a bye week. And then of course with the Raiders just continue to do, it's just ridiculous. And then I just you know what, I'm glad the hydrocodone is there because it eases the pain of the narcotic that is known as the Raiders.
Yeah, you guys are angry though. You're angry, you're scary.
Yeah.
Whatever. Sorry.
You guys are playing each other this week. It's Kansas City Raiders this week too.
Yeah, Friday.
It is. It's Friday, Black Friday.
Oh, the Black Friday event. Yeah,
it's got to be a Raiders win right here. Black
Not
Friday.
Looking forward to it.
Well, isn't that the third string quarterback in there, Willie?
No, Aiden O'Connell is back.
He's back. Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought it was Desmond Ridder, wasn't it? This past Sunday.
Yeah, but Aiden. Okay, so your question was, it's the third string quarterback is going to be, and that Aiden O'Connell could be the answer. Could be that answer to both of those things at the same time. Look, I don't know what's going to happen with Antonio Pierce. There's a lot of people in Raider Nation that is fed up and ready for him to be gone. We know the circulation of the rumors with Bill Belichick and possibly Tom Brady linking up one final time. I guess they will continue to show us that it really was Tom and not Bill. Where's Leslie at, by the way? Because I had something for her about that. But
come on late. She always
yeah,
has an appointment on Wednesdays. So
yeah. So yeah, man, it's just I've been having a lot of fun watching the Cowboys lose, and the Washingtons kind of let me down on Sunday, but the Cowboys were due for a win, and I was really hoping that the risk is I was really hoping that the Commanders would win, because if you guys remember back in the week, the very first show, the preview show, when I asked the question that the Commanders would sweep, and Dan Quinn will sweep the Cowboys this year, and everybody said no except for me. Y'all remember that?
Yep.
So that kind of let the air out of my sails
what he's trying to say is that we all ended up being right and he ended up being wrong. But
yeah,
he's trying to dance around that.
Yeah, exactly. It's okay, man. Nobody's really tripping.
Nothing wrong with it.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so it's good to be on with you guys, man. I've missed you so much. It's been what? It's been 4 weeks, right?
It's been a while. Yeah.
4
or 5.
So.
Well, y'all see I'm changing these colors on this thing. I'm just playing around on y'all show. But it's all gravy. So look here. I want to participate in this as long as I can. So Ben, I want you to continue doing what you're doing. I had a chance to look at the rundown, so I'm ready to go.
Okay, right on. So we talked about what Brian was up to on his bye week. We showed the video of him celebrating on the field at the Oklahoma game.
Wait a minute. Where's that at?
See that, Willie? Did you see it, Willie? Go ahead and play it again.
Can you play it again?
Yeah, I want to see it again. We got time.
Oh my gosh. Is that after the game or during the game?
That's on the field, Willie.
Oh, that's on the field.
That's
so
on the field.
Oh, that's great. Y'all stormed the field.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I was telling him, I won't say all of it, but 24 years ago, I got to storm with my dad the last time OU stormed the field. And so my son was there, and I told him, if we win this game, I told him this at like noon at the tailgate. And I told everybody, I said, if we win this game, I'm storming the field. We're storming the field. My son was like, yes, heck yes, we are. And so obviously, as the game kept on progressing, I was like, we're going to get stormed this field.
That's pretty.
Yeah, it was
that's
a lot of
pretty
fun.
cool. That's pretty.
It was
cool.
amazing. Yeah,
and
I could watch that over and over and over again.
So I heard.
It's a lot
there,
long.
I thought I heard there at the tail end that Herb and Raj were there.
They were there. Yeah, they had seats up in the high bleachers. So they got He's got video footage of the actual storming, like as a whole. I mean, because we got enough fans, we filled that entire field. Like
right. Okay.
So
well, congratulations to the OU Sooners for beating Alabama. I think Alabama losing and the Dallas Cowboys losing and the Chiefs losing in the weekend would be that would be like a triple, but it didn't happen this time. We got 1 out of 3. You heard me.
Almost happened, Willie. It
No dagger. Shots fired.
Yeah. Oh, the hate is even stronger now.
The hate didn't have surgery. The hate didn't have a shoulder surgery.
Yeah, my heart.
Yeah, it's just sitting over there smoldering, just bubbling, waiting to come out.
Yeah, man, my heart is fine. I mean, But anyway, so I digress. Anyway, what you got?
Next up, we have the Kansas City Chiefs barely beating the Carolina Panthers. Tisha, we want to get your takeaways from the game and what you could think kind of the issues are with Kansas City this year, because obviously they lost to Buffalo and they didn't look so great last week. So what's kind of your takeaway and what's kind of plaguing the team?
I've just super been looking forward to this. Oh my goodness. I've waited all week for this. Oh, here we go. And it was not a pretty win. But it like Andy Reid said in the locker room, it's and the NFL is crazy sometimes, but it still was a win. I kind of didn't really agree with that because I think we need a light of fire under some of our players' butts. But we have some people slacking for sure. The number one issue in that game was the flipping penalties. Oh my goodness. And it was actually, it wasn't just us, it was them as well. It's like we take 2 steps forward and penalize ourselves. How likely are you really to get a 2 and 25? Oh my gosh, that was awful. We killed ourselves on that. But we gotta button that up big time and play a little bit cleaner. But I don't know if they just played a really, really good game or if we just sucked that bad. And I think it's the second one. It was awful.
Brian, did you see what happens there when all the calls don't go to the Kansas City Chiefs fans' way? See how instantly they turn around and blame the refs right away again as soon as it's not in their favor?
That's right.
No, it was us. It was terrible. We're making terrible calls. Terrible.
I don't care what the record is. I don't care what the record is. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it every week.
We pay the refs enough. I'm not gonna diss them. They're doing their job.
I'm gonna say this is every week. It's the worst 10-1 team I've ever seen. And if they lose, it'll be the worst 10-2 team I've ever seen. It was the worst 9-0 team I've seen before they lost. I don't understand how they're winning games. Like, they're not that good when you look at the top 5 teams in the league. They're not up there. I don't think they look as good as Detroit. They don't look as good as Buffalo. They just don't. And I mean,
I don't think many people, like, if you're doing like a power rankings, I don't think many people have Kansas City in the top 5 of the power ranking teams, even though they are 10-1.
And Willie, this may be their ploy. This may be what they're wanting. They want everyone to think that they're the worst 10-1 team out there. And then they make their way into the playoffs, and then here they come. They're the best team in the NFL. Like, that's how they work every year, it seems like.
Man, look, I don't care what Chiefs fans say. I don't care what the NFL says. I don't care what Tisha says. I don't care what Regina says. I don't care what anybody out there says that roots for that team that has that stupid KC on the front of their hats. They are nervous. They are nervous because the way that last year went, it ain't even. If it finishes up and results in the way that it did last year, this year, I'm gonna say that the fix is really on. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it with the referees. We've seen it in the Cincinnati game when the Bengals got penalized for something that the Chiefs did against the same thing they did against the Falcons on Sunday Night Football. All of their wins, I mean, are like one possession or single digit wins. So it doesn't really speak to how good or bad a team is in terms of 9 wins and 1 loss. Look at their point differential. It's at the bottom of the league. They just know how to win those close ones. And teams like Carolina and teams like the Falcons, and surprisingly, a team like the Bengals, who we know has gone in there and beaten them a couple times, they just did not make the plays when they needed to make the plays. And that's one thing that you can count on from Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, is that they're going to be there at the end to make those plays. I don't care if Patrick Mahomes throws 5 interceptions in one game. If they have the ball last and they're down by 1 score, they're probably gonna win. I hate them.
It's probably because I'm praying on my floor. down on my knees. Like,
Yeah, that's the
come
reason.
on, come on.
That's the reason they're winning.
Speaking of, do you know who leads the league in point differential?
Buffalo. I'm gonna guess.
By like 100 points.
Yep.
Oh,
There you go.
It's because we whooped
Sizzle.
Kansas City so bad that it kind of just shot us up a little bit, another tier up.
All right. I'm not gonna ask this to Tisha because I already know her answer, but I'll ask this to Willie. Okay. They've got 6 games left.
Mm-hmm.
They play the Raiders, the Chargers, the Browns, the Texans, the Steelers, the Broncos. How many of those are wins?
They'll win 4 of those.
So I'm assuming Raiders, Browns, Broncos.
No,
Broncos are good. They're pretty good.
The Raiders are going to beat them.
Oh,
On Friday.
they're gonna only have like 3 wins out of those 6, maybe.
Go ahead, Tisha.
Oh, I was just saying it's entirely possible that the Raiders are going to beat us. Y'all are mad.
Yeah,
Y'all
the
are mad.
Raiders. The Raiders are going to win Friday, and it'll be that same old narrative from last year, right? But I think I'm just playing. I don't think that the Raiders have a chance.
What?
No, they don't.
You're the Raiders.
Hey,
Are you kidding me?
Willie,
There's been years when I'm like, there's absolutely no way. And then,
There's
you
still
whoop
time.
up on us.
Let me tell you something,
there's
guys.
still time, Willie.
You guys should have went out and got Daniel Jones instead of letting him go to Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah,
And
you could
then-
have had Daniel
No,
Jones, Willie.
He's good. He's good in Minnesota. He's good in Minneapolis, St. Paul. He can stay there. But let me tell you guys something about us. All right, y'all know we fired our offensive coordinator a few weeks ago, right? So he's gone. We got wide receivers out there that weren't even on the team at the beginning of the season. I don't know what happened to Zamir White. He all of a sudden forgot how to run the football. And I think that the offensive line is in a shambles. Although we got 3 good prospects on the O-line. It's just going to take a year or 2 for them to gel. What I'm most excited about the Raiders is that, and I hate to say this because I love Antonio Pierce, but I think he's in over his head. I really believe he's in over his head.
It's year 1.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of rumblings that he won't be back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a lot of rumblings that he will not be back.
Yeah, Bill Belichick's taking it, right?
And yeah, because if Bill Belichick takes over,
He wants
that
a job. You got to fire him. You got to fire Pierce. If he
Yeah.
wants a
You
job,
didn't have a whole lot to work with, though, guys. Let's
or demote him.
you know.
Demote him, the defense
Guys-
coordinator.
But understand, I mean, y'all haven't asked me how I feel about Bill Belichick heading up the Raiders as the head coach.
No, we don't even need to get into it. That ain't.
Yeah, it's my
Sorry.
dreams.
Hey, Billy,
Yeah.
I will say you have one bright spot that
What's
I can
that?
see. Is I think you have, if not this year, going forward, the best tight end in the NFL.
Oh, and Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers is a beast. He was a beast in college. He's going to be a beast in the NFL for years.
They just got to get someone to throw him the ball.
They get somebody that can throw it to him. Yeah, that's no joke. I mean, they get a good quarterback in there, and he will be the best tight end in the NFL.
All of the mocks are saying that Cam Ward is going to the Raiders.
What do you think of that?
Would you rather
Quarterback
have
from
him
Miami.
or Shadur?
I think I would rather have Cam.
Yeah, Shadur's going to have a lot of media presence, or a lot of that crap coming with him with Dion and stuff. So I don't know if you want that. Cam Ward, I mean, he makes some questionable decisions, but I don't think this quarterback class is very good coming out of college this year.
No, they're
As a
pretty
whole.
good. They're pretty
As a
good.
whole, it's meh. It's meh.
My worry with that Cam Ward, like I don't watch much football, college football, but you want to have someone who's like calm in the pocket, but this guy looks like he's like too calm in the pocket, and like you see him and he's not running, he's taking like steps, he's walking inside the pocket, and like the speed at the NFL level is a lot quicker than it is in the NFL.
He's gonna have to
Or
learn
in college.
for sure.
Yeah. But anyway, I
You
mean
know,
that's I mean, there's still a lot of time left between now and then, of course. Shout out to the SMU Mustangs as I'm thinking about As I'm thinking about the Miami Hurricanes, the SMU Mustangs will play either the Hurricanes or Clemson in the ACC title game in Charlotte, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. SMU has they have California at home on Senior Day this Saturday, and then it's off to Charlotte to itch their spot in the college football playoff. Y'all know I'm really pulling for them.
Yeah, go Mustangs.
Yeah,
I hope they go in there. They joined the ACC under the I forget what I'm trying to say, but they basically aren't going to get paid for like 7 years by the ACC. They don't get any of that league money. That was part of the deal for them joining the ACC is they don't get any league money. So yeah, I want them to go in there and win that. You know, they got a chip on their shoulder.
Oh man! And then the free agent market for quarterbacks is
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, it's not good. Well, now that Daniel Jones is signed in Minnesota, someone might be able to get. I guess probably Sam Darnold is probably one of the biggest names or the best available.
Well, I actually put up a list, and I'm doing surprisingly well with one arm. All I'm doing is proving to myself that I may be able to come back sooner than I thought. Well, Sam Darnold is at the top of the list. I don't know why. Then there's Zach Wilson. There's Trey Lance.
That's why Sam Darnold is at the top of the list.
Right. Jacoby Brissett, Taylor Heineke, Marcus Mariota, Mac Jones, Carson Wentz, Mason Rudolph. Yeah, this is not good. Russell Wilson's in there.
Didn't even realize Carson Wentz was still in the league, man. That's all
right. He's Mahomes' backup.
Oh, is he? No clue. Didn't even realize he was there in the league still.
Yep. Okay, I'm dominating. I don't want to dominate. Y'all keep going.
All right.
Alrighty. Next up is everybody's favorite segment that we do every week. Is
You big dummy. Dummy. Get lost, dummy.
Get lost.
Okay, Brian, you're up.
All right.
What do you have for you big dummy segment?
My big dummy is I'm gonna go at my own fans. I'm going after the OU fans that with 28 seconds left of the game decided to storm it early and ruin the initial storming. They stormed with 28 seconds left, man. It made us look like idiots, like they didn't know how to tell time or whatever. So yeah, I was frustrated by that. Me and my son both were like, "What are y'all doing?" So we sat there and waited until they actually took the knee. They even brought the field goal post down, and they couldn't get them back up to run the last play, so they had to have guards out around it. And I was like, all they're gonna do is just take a knee. Just let them do it, So
that was crazy. I remember seeing that. The whole field was full of fans, and there were still like 2 seconds left on the clock. I was like, man, 28 what a nightmare.
Crazy, man. They finally got everybody off the field and on the side, but that's dangerous for those visiting players, honestly. They should, in that situation, they should just let the visiting team get off the field and then just let them take a knee with nobody out there. Just game's over. So, but
like you said earlier, Brian, you guys aren't used to it. You guys don't storm the field too often.
Got a little excited, I think they were already on the field, and so I think they saw the team go off to the sidelines after they'd called a timeout, and they thought that they took a knee, and they couldn't see, and so whenever the wave of everybody in the back pushed the people in the front, they just went, and so that's what happened. I think I'm just trying to justify their stupidity. But
Tisha, what do you got?
I was gonna say you should take a note from our book because we do it all the time. So we storm fields once a year when we win.
You gotta be bad to storm fields.
Okay, I'll make this short and simple and to the point. My you big dummy is my entire team. Because the penalties were awful. I don't think I've ever, and excuse me, I don't think I've ever cursed so much at a dang football game. Oh my gosh. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, really? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It was just awful. So because of that, yeah, like I said, we won. But we really it was bad. It was hard to watch.
Yeah, well, at least you won. You did win. I mean,
Yeah, there's that. I'm used to that.
mm-hmm.
Willie, you got a dummy for the week?
Yeah. But mine actually is not the idiot in the NFL. Mine is the NBA. Did y'all see what the NBA is doing with regard to their All-Star weekend festivities?
Oh no! All I saw from the NBA was those stupid-looking courts. For whatever reason, they painted the floor of the courts all different. I'm like, that looks so disgusting. I can't even watch the game.
Well, the Boston court looked awful.
But, yeah.
That green, but the Thunder's court was badass.
I like the Raptors. The Raptors one had a nice one when they put the dinosaur back in the middle. That was nice.
Yeah, we had a really cool one. So I like some of them.
You guys know I don't basketball.
Well, in this, and a lot of people don't, and this is the reason why. And I know this is a football show, but Big Dummy is anything inside or outside the world of sports.
Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it.
So there's no exemptions from the You Big Dummy. Well, what they're doing is they're going to treat the game like a pickup game, basically. Yeah, they're going to treat the game like a pickup game, and they wonder why their ratings are slipping. I'm so tired of the NBA, and I know I have to watch it because of what we do here. But boy, they make it hard. As a matter of fact, that might be Brian's job moving forward, is just doing all NBA. Because I don't know if I can do it, man. This ain't the NBA this is not the basketball that I grew up to and loved playing when I was a kid, all the way up and until college, and even after that. This is not the same game of basketball. And these. Okay, let me just save that for another day. That's my You Big Dummy.
So how are they making it like a pickup game though? Like what? There's rule change or what?
I don't know any of the further details, but when I heard pickup game, I turned away from it.
It's probably gonna be similar to like how they've been doing it, right? Where they have like a team captain, and it's been LeBron and Giannis the last 2 years or whatever, and they basically pick their teams. They just pick their teams based off who they want.
Yeah, whatever.
Then they just play. But it's awful. Back in the day when Jordan was playing, the All-Star games were still kind of fun because they played hard. Like they didn't just shoot threes all day. They went at each other, in the All-Star game back then. So they still didn't like each other. Even in the All-Star game, they didn't like each other. And I liked that back then.
Yeah. And what I have a big problem with is the season just started last week. Basically, like last month. It's been 3 weeks into the season. How in the world are you already needing a game off for rest?
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
I can't say
part of the NBA.
You Big Dummy belongs to the NBA.
There you go. My
You Big Dummy belongs to two teams this week: the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders from the same game. Because how Dallas allowed Terry McLaurin to score an 80-yard touchdown my brother's a big Cowboys fan, and I was sitting on the couch beside him watching the game, and Washington got the ball back with whatever it was, 40 seconds left. I was like, this is going to overtime. 100% this is going to overtime. The next play, Daniel Jones to Terry McLaurin, 80 yards, touchdown. So the You Big Dummy comes out on the field and misses the extra point. And I was like, the center rolled the ball to the guy who pins the ball, and the kick was 50 yards to the left. And I was like, this is my high school team did better than this.
You got one
job. And then the Washington Commanders get the You Big Dummy because they did that onside kick and the guy caught it and just returned it for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And while he was returning that kickoff, I said, this guy should just slide so that they can touch him down. Dallas can come out and take a knee and end the game instead of scoring a touchdown and giving the ball back to Wash. The last minute of that game, it was just, I was like, that guy's a dummy, that guy's a dummy, that guy's a dummy. Like everybody on the field for the last minute of that game was a dummy.
Did you see that? I ain't never seen such a big B button spin move in my life. Like that was like the biggest, like he didn't even need to do it. It was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. Spin move. Man,
that guy's fast as hell too. As soon as he hit that spin move, he was out of there.
Oh, yeah,
you know what? A real quick story, and then I'm gonna roll out about Cavante Turpin. Cavante Turpin went to Texas Christian University. He's actually from the same hometown that I graduated from high school and college from. He went to one of the other high schools that we were rivals with. A couple of years ago, he's part of Team Up Sports Consulting. Those are his agents, and they put on a pro football combine in Shreveport. I want to say it was 3 years ago. And Cavante was there. And I got a chance to witness up close and in personal how fast this dude is. Y'all know what? He is no bigger than Tisha. He's about 5'3" and maybe 105 pounds. I'm serious. But he has
sounds about right.
He has had to he went to the World Football League, and I think he was the MVP over there. And then, of course, he was the MVP of the USFL. And then he got his shot with the Cowboys. And he has, in my opinion, the opportunity to be one of the more dynamic return men in the history of the game. He got into a little bit of trouble when he was at TCU. I know all that's behind him now. And I know the city of Monroe was very, very proud of him. Cavante, man, you keep doing your thing. I had him when they did that combine, we were able to interview them just like we were who we are, basically. And he's a pleasure to talk to, real soft-spoken young man. And I wish him all the success that's due to him because he deserves it.
Yeah, awesome. That's cool. That's kind of the thing that sucks about me being all the way up here. I no one ever in any of our schools gets to play in the NFL. Like it's very rare that a Canadian guy is in the NFL to begin with. Although shout out the Canadians that are in there. This is the first year where we're actually able to field a full NFL team of just Canadian guys. So it is getting bigger and bigger, but those kind of stories that you hear all the time, I'm like, damn, I wish I had a guy who, there was a story about him making it to the league and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. That is that's amazing.
Mm-hmm. So let me say this, and I'm gonna let y'all get to it. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there that's watching all over the world. Well, they don't celebrate all over the world, but everybody's watching all over the world. Happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to the SBMG family. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. I appreciate your 3 C's: the commitment, the commitment, dang, what's the other 2? Have I been gone that long where I've forgotten my own companies?
Hey, we just nailed commitment. We just focus on the commitment. That's
it. Commitment, character, and consistency. So I appreciate all y'all for that. Y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving as well. I'm about to go take some more pain meds and lay it down.
All right.
I was gonna say it seems like it's just hitting, so get your nap.
All right, y'all be good. Love y'all so much.
All right, thanks, Willie.
Thanks.
All right.
Alrighty, that was awesome. Was not expecting to see Willie today.
I was not either. Are we gonna do rapid fire?
Well, we got our notes from around the league first.
We kind of talked about a little bit of it.
Yeah, we talked about everything really. The one question I will ask though from our notes from around the league, because I've seen it a lot on Twitter these past couple days, is is Lamar Jackson or is it Josh Allen MVP? Is Saquon is like the MVP talks are kind of starting to heat up a little bit, and I wanted to see what you guys think about should it be just a QB award because the QB position is so important, They're the guy who touches the ball every single play. They kind of decide who gets the ball, where it's going, or should every once in a while should someone else win that award?
No, I think definitely. It's like the Heisman Trophy, right? The MVP is essentially like the Heisman Trophy. It's the number one trophy. It shouldn't always go to a quarterback, and the Heisman Trophy goes to a running back all the time. Sometimes and receiver and whatever. Some very little, but sometimes. So I think the MVP is the same way. Like, yes, that the quarterback position technically is the most valuable position on a football team. However, it doesn't mean it's the most impactful player on the team. Like Philadelphia right now, who knows if they're where they are without Saquon Barkley. Like Barkley has been unreal and might have a chance to break, the single season rushing record in Philadelphia. And that's with Jalen Hurts there, who steals, a lot of runs in, here and there. So, I mean, yeah, no, I between Barkley and Derrick Henry, one of those two I think would have a great chance to win the MVP, and I don't think it should just be a quarterback award. If they want that, then they need to make a separate award for the best quarterback in the league.
100%. That's what I think they should do. But
it's called MVP, not in the quarterback. Exactly, and it's been so rare that somebody that isn't
they need
a
to just
quarterback wins.
I know they have Offensive Player of the Week. They have Offensive Player of the Year, and so they have that award. But I mean, and that typically is the one that goes to not a quarterback. But I mean, realistically, it should be. It should be. Yeah, it should be. I think if you're not if that's the way they want to play it, if let's say if they want to switch it and go Saquon Barkley MVP, then you make your Offensive Player of the Year. You make it a quarterback.
Yeah,
right? Like I feel like you do either or, but I don't know. I think it should just be open.
Yeah, I put out I put out a tweet yesterday because I was looking at previous MVP winners, and I'm kind of feeling that because we're just giving it to quarterbacks, it's kind of diminishing the value of the award itself. Like the award is becoming less and less meaningful when it's just given out to the quarterback, whoever's in the number one seed in the conference, kind of thing. But so I was looking at previous MVP winners, and Aaron Rodgers won it this year. But in the 2013-2014 season, J.J. Watt had 20 and a half sacks, 78 tackles, 1 pick six, had 3 catches for 3 touchdowns, and he didn't win the MVP award. And I think if you have a season like that, it should be recognized with an MVP award.
I agree.
Absolutely agree.
Someone commented he also had 16 pass deflections, 4 forced fumbles, 5 fumble recoveries. It's that's how do you not win the MVP in that year?
Right. It doesn't matter how good anybody else is at that point. Like that was a dominant year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
okay, guys, rapid fire. You guys ready for rapid fire?
You had one thing on your notes that we didn't touch on.
What's that?
And that's is Jerry Jones going to
going to extend Mike McCarthy? Yes.
Look, if he does, Jerry Jones ain't all there. Like he ain't all there. That's all I'm gonna say.
There's a couple screws loose.
This dude was on the hot seat before the season.
Yeah.
They're playing so bad, he should be on the hot seat now. So I don't know why an extension is even being mentioned.
Yeah, did you hear him on the radio? He said, it wouldn't surprise me if, what do you mean it wouldn't surprise you? You're the general manager and the owner. Nothing.
Right. It better be lip service. It has to be lip service. Like he's just telling them that because he's not going to tell you, oh, yeah, we're going to fire him at the end of the season. Like he's not just going to tell you that. Like he's got to somewhat show his support for him since he's there right now and they don't want to fire him mid-season. So
it might be the kiss of death. I'm hoping it's the kiss of death.
Jerry Jones should just be put down at this point if he extends Mike McCarthy.
He
I mean,
he does need to step back. You're not wrong about
Yeah.
that. I mean, I don't we ain't gonna put him out the pasture, but just like he needs to step back a little bit. If
Right.
they have any chance. Oh, good Lord.
But if his son takes over, it's still going to be just Jerry calling the shots. Just because Jerry will still
Oh,
be
I
in his
know.
ear the whole time.
Yep. So
Yep.
anyway, that's all I'm going to say on that. Rapid fire. Rapid fire.
On that one.
Okay, rapid fire. So I'm doing this or that. Okay, so I'll give you 2 players, and you pick the side that you want. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So Brian, you're up first. You got Goff or Purdy?
Goff, 100%. Are you talking about who we want as a quarterback?
Yeah.
Oh, Goff, 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah. Tisha,
Everyone knows that.
Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen?
Oh, you would give me this one, wouldn't you? Okay. I'm gonna go with Allen.
Oh,
That hurt. That hurt me really bad.
Don't worry, you made the right choice. You made the right choice. It's okay.
should have given her Josh Allen or Joe Burrow. Should have done.
Brian, would you rather have as your running back Saquon Barkley or Henry?
Jeez, I knew you'd do that to me as well, man. Honestly, I'd take Barkley. I mean,
Yeah?
I mean Henry's bigger, but I mean I'd prefer Saquon. He's more elusive and he's a freak too. So
Yeah. Tisha, would you rather have Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson?
I'm gonna go Chase.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think JJ's the best wide receiver in the league. I would take him. I would take him for sure. But so far, I agree with what everybody's saying.
He's not as big of a hothead either. Chase seems like he's a hothead.
Brian, would you rather have an offensive high scoring game or a defensive low scoring struggle game?
I would say a defensive struggling game where the defense is playing well and you just
Yeah.
get out on top of it.
Yeah, it's more. I find it more fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like a 13-10 game is way more fun than a 40-37 game kind of thing.
Listen, I know this is rapid fire, but let me tell you this real fast. So when Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes played in college, OU Texas Tech, that game was 65 to 61, and there was over 2,000 yards total in that between the two of them. And we won that game. We were winning that game, and I remember going in the restroom wherever we were watching it. My buddy came up and I said, "I fucking hate this." I can't say the F word. He's not here. I said, "This is stupid. This is stupid. I hate this. I hate this so much." I was so mad. And we were winning the game, and I was just pissed just because of how bad the defense was. So,
Tisha, what would you say? High scoring or low scoring?
Are you kidding me? I want to win by 1,000,000 every time. I don't like stress, man. It's Chiefs by 1,000,000 every time. I don't like the.
Okay, Brian, last one for you. This one will go to both of you guys, but if one had to get eliminated and you couldn't watch anymore, would you want to eliminate NFL or college football?
I'd eliminate NFL.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I've got 5 OU tattoos, so it's pretty clear. Pretty clear that college is in my blood.
You're kind of done it. You kind of bought into it.
I'm not dedicated to college, so.
No, I only watch college so I can see who's coming into the NFL. You know what I'm saying? I only keep up with it so I can see who's oh, okay, then he's gonna go there, he's gonna go there. Yeah.
Plus, you're an Arkansas fan, so I don't think there's much to watch for in college football.
That's what I said exactly. And I'm an Arkansas fan, so there is that. But, hey, you know what? When we tear our goalpost down, Jerry Jones pays our SEC fines. He does every time. It was $250,000 last time. $250. Papa Jerry, He took care of it.
Okay, so now we'll get into our Week 13 look ahead portion, and looks like it's a divisional rivalry week a little bit here. We talked on the Chiefs at the Raiders T-show. How do you think that game shakes out? What do you think that game looks like?
I think that game's going to frustrate the heck out of me, and I think there's a very big chance that we do not win. We're sluggish, we're slow, we're not functioning. Our gears aren't really turning. Yeah, so it's entirely possible that that we get a loss. I hope not, for sure. But I like Billy. We'll give him one every now and then. We'll be like, "Oh, we throw him a bone." Like, yeah. But no, if there's any team ever that will, it's the flipping Raiders. So I'm not looking forward to it. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I ain't betting any money on it.
Ben, with how bad the Raiders are right now and their quarterback situation and all that, like if Kansas City loses that, it'll be because they gave that game away. Like they lost it. They beat themselves.
Yes.
There's no way that the Raiders are beating them straight up.
No.
I couldn't see it. I'm not going to make the bet that Willie made last year, but
Are you sure? Because I have a couple extra hats.
Nope.
I do. I really do. They're hanging on my wall.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you have tons. I'm not wearing any. I'm not going to bet for the Raiders to lose because it's going to happen. So.
And then Brian, you guys are you guys hosting or are you guys in Houston?
No, we're hosting because we already played in Houston. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How do you see that one shaking out?
I think we're in tank season. So,
yeah.
I mean, it sucks to be in tank season. I do think that they are going to try to make it, make it a game, but ultimately they don't care if they win or not, I think, at this point. But I think that they're going to be in the game. Houston's kind of reeling a little bit. So they haven't looked as good, but they do have Nico Collins back, and it's only a matter of time before that connection gets back together, and more than likely it's going to happen against this porous defense. So my guess is that CJ Stroud and Nico hook up a couple of times for a couple of scores, and we probably lose by 10 to 17 points.
I was debating between giving my "you big dummy" to the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders, or if I should give it to CJ Stroud for doing the Dan Orlovsky impression and running out the back of the end zone. The last play of the game there last week.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But I think you're 100% right. I don't think Houston is as good as they, as maybe they looked in the first half of the season, or as much as people thought they were in the first half of the season there.
I'll tell you what.
They have the win against the Bills, but when you look at it, Josh Allen had the worst quarterbacking performance ever in the history of the NFL. We had the worst coaching decisions ever made in the last 3 plays of the game. Yep. And they needed a 60-yard field goal on the last second to beat us. If we had that game against Kansas City, we lose by 50 points probably, and they didn't look that great to me. Even though they beat us, they didn't look that great because we were historically bad and they barely beat us.
Yeah, Houston's as good as Joe Mixon is running. Like, if Joe Mixon is running and he's got over 100 yards, they're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah.
But if you shut him down, CJ Stroud looked a little bit more human this year as opposed to last year.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the last game is the Bills at 49ers. What do you guys think 49ers at Buffalo. What do you guys think of that game?
Oh, I mean, is Brock Purdy playing?
I think he's supposed to. I think it's still not 100%, but I think he's supposed to.
Well, whether he plays or not, I Bills by 50.
That's for sure.
I was trying to roll my eyes so big, hold on, be like. Really?
I mean, listen. I love Christian McCaffrey. So it hurts and pains me that like I want to see them win for him, but I hate Brock Purdy, and so yeah, it's Bills by 50, and I hope
Get your
Purdy
dang
throws four
tables out. Get
interceptions.
tables out.
Those 4 interceptions.
It's going to be a snow game. It's going to be a snow game.
Oh, I love snow games.
There's yeah, it's going to be. I think they said like 3 to 4 inches of snow, kind of thing.
It's going to be tough to pass. Y'all might be in trouble, maybe, because if McCaffrey's running well in the snow, then it's going to be a tougher game than you think.
Yeah,
he can.
And he can. Yeah, he's still the best.
Yeah, he can. Is it like before the game snow or like during?
Yeah, I don't think it's snowing during the game. I think it's like it'll just be cold and snowy and windy during the game, but the snow itself will die down.
Oh, okay. It probably won't be that bad.
You'll be fine. Unfortunately.
And we know even if it's a little bit windy, Josh Allen has the arm strength. He throws through the wind. It doesn't seem to affect his arm too much.
Yeah.
He's a superhero.
49ers will be tough, or they won't play as well in that cold, snowy.
Yeah. Buffalo is 7-0 coming off of a bye week with Sean McDermott as their head coach. So I think I just think there's lots of things pointing to it being a Bills win. I think we're a better team than San Francisco. But yeah, so I think it's going to be Bills. I think it's going to be Bills by 2 scores at least. I think it's at least a 10-point game, and
we'll see what San Francisco's got in them because they're struggling right now. I think they're at the bottom of that division, and so they're going to come fighting. That's for sure because they don't. I guarantee you, they don't think that they're the worst team in that division. So,
well, on paper, they're the best team by far in that division. Like when you look at everything that they have, granted they do have injuries, and guys out or whatever, but that's always the case. But like when before the season, they were like, I thought these guys were the best team because it didn't matter where you looked. If you looked at linebackers, they have the best one in Fred Warner. You look at a tight end, they have a top 3 in George Kittle. Running back, they have the best. Left tackle, they have the best. Any position you look at, they have a top tier player in that position. So I don't know what went wrong with them, but they just don't seem to be that team this year.
Brock Purdy, it's his fault.
Alrighty, guys, that's another one in the books. It's been a blast, and leave us with any final thoughts that you guys got. Tisha, you're up first.
I'm up first. Okay, well, I'll make it short and sweet. Chiefs by 1 million. I'm not expecting that. It's going to be a very, I know. It's going to be a stressful game. I already know it. I'm just going to go ahead and I ain't even going to sit on my couch. I'm just going to sit on the floor. I'm just going to sit there. I'll just yell at the TV. It's going to be, it's always super stressful. And I always, when you're playing the Raiders, you just have to not get upset, if you lose, because it can happen. But that's about what I've got. Other than that, yay, go football.
Brian, what you got for us?
I wish that Raiders Chiefs game was at night. Being at 2:00, it kind of sucks because I'll be on the road down to New Orleans. But Friday night, I'll be sipping some bourbon on Bourbon Street.
Nice.
Yeah, ahead of the OU LSU game Saturday night. So hopefully Sooner Magic will continue and we can beat LSU in Death Valley at night, which is pretty difficult to do.
That's got to be a tough place to go to.
It's going to be one of the biggest crowds I've ever been in because it's 102,000. So, and it's the second largest that OU's ever played in. Outside, when they played at Tennessee a few years back, it was like 109,000. But this is 102,000 of screaming Cajuns. From what I hear, they're not very nice, so it should be fun.
Right on. My final thoughts is we had ours last month, so happy Thanksgiving to the American followers, American listeners. Hope you guys enjoy a nice, safe long weekend. My other big news, I told Tisha before we got on here, I may or may not be able to make it the show next week because we are expecting another daughter coming next week at some point. If you ask my girlfriend, it can't come here soon enough. She is getting sick and tired of being pregnant. So I may or may not be here next week, but yeah, we're welcoming a little girl. So yeah, with that being said, everybody, thank you very much for listening. And yeah, I'll find time regardless. I'll find time sometime next week. It might not be Wednesday, but we can do a show hopefully at some point next week, and we'll keep everybody in the loop.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Get that baby out. Let's go.
Poor girl, that baby to wait till Thursday. All right, you tell that baby to wait till Thursday. We got a show to run on. Get it. Congratulations.
Yeah. All righty, guys. Thank you guys very much. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy whatever you're up to with your family and friends and whatnot, and we'll catch you guys.